Corner meat pie. Oh, you didn't share. Welcome back, family. Welcome back to the Love is That channel. Today, family, I'm sharing with you how I make my flaky, buttery, crunchy meat pie. Okay, let's just go straight into the ingredients. So we have our all-purpose flour. It's about 1 kilo. I have my 2 eggs, and I also have a teaspoonful of nutmeg and a tablespoon of baking powder, of course. And I also have 1 cupful of milk, that is whole milk, and of course the butter. I use about 1 kilo of all-purpose flour, and there is a lot of butter here. It's around 500 grams of butter. Okay, and of course I also have some salt to taste. So let's go through the ingredients that I use to fill my pie. Here we have about 300 grams of minced meat, my 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and my vegetables. Here I only used carrots and onions and a bit of garlic. And here is my shrimp powder for seasoning. Okay, that's quite it. The first thing I like to do is I prepare my meat for the filling. So I put in my oil first, and then goes in my meat. And after it has been cooking or frying for at least 10 minutes, it will turn to this color, and then you crush your garlic. If you do not like garlic, please use without it. It is fine. I allowed the garlic and the meat to fry and all cook together for 3 minutes at least, and added my onions as well, cooked for 3 minutes, and then went in my carrots. Okay, that's the simple process. You just allow it to cook or fry in between 3 minutes, and then the last thing I did after 7 minutes of cooking all my meat and vegetable is fine now, so I put it in my bowl for it to cool down. So here I go ahead and prepare my dough. So I put my all-purpose flour first, and then goes in all my dry ingredients, that is the nutmeg, the baking powder, and my salt. I'm using just 1 teaspoon of salt because my butter is salted as well. Not too much salted, but it's normal salt, so I do not want my dough to be overly salty. So here goes in all my butter. Yes, it might seem a lot, but that is what make your pie very rich and crunchy as well. After mixing it up for 5 minutes, I go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of milk. That is all that you need. That is all the liquid you need in this type of mixture. Okay, so after everything, you can see that your dough is very moist, but yet it doesn't stick in your hand. So after you get that perfect dough, you just go ahead and prepare your surface with a bit of flour. It should be clean and very dry. Let me tell you, you don't want it to just start sticking on the surface. Okay, please take note, your dough shouldn't be too thick or too thin after rolling it. It should be just right. Okay, so after I have achieved that, I go ahead and take my bowl to cut my dough. You just go ahead and take any thing that you have at home to give you a nice form. Okay, I just want the traditional way of doing it. It's just round, and then you fill it up. That's all that you have to do now. Okay, and you're almost on the way to get your perfect meat pie done. Okay, so here I had about 8 meat pie from this. After getting 8 forms, I just go ahead and take all the remaining dough that I will do for a second round, because I don't want to just throw away. You can go ahead and roll it and just form another set of pie. Egg wash, I add 1 tablespoon of whole milk and add it together with my egg yolks. Note, you only need the yolk of the egg. Okay, so here I go ahead and put the egg wash around the edges of my dough. Okay, yes, this makes it very easy for you to seal your pie. Okay, I put my filling in the middle of my dough. I use the tips of my finger to seal it round. You can go ahead and use fork. You go ahead and repeat it until you finally get all of it done. On my baking plate, I have my baking paper. Do not worry at all if you don't have baking paper at home. Just sprinkle a little bit of flour on your baking plate and put your pie on it and wash it with a egg wash that you had earlier on to achieve a very golden color on top of your meat pie. Okay, so onto the oven it goes. It was preheated 200 degrees before it went in. So after a good 20 minutes of baking, your meat pie is ready, just the way I like it, golden brown. And it's just, this right here can be paired with a lot of drinks, any drink you have at home. But my favorite is to pair it up with some delicious sobolo, which I also have the link down below. Please go and watch it and you will love it. This is just the best way I like my meat pie. So family, thank you so much for watching, and please, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, and let's grow our family into a bigger one. Until then, see you in the next video. Bye.